Good morning, world. Stephen Walker here, and this is day 2 of a 4-day trip around the northern part of South Korea. If you saw yesterday's video, I set up a tent outside, and I ended up tearing it down because it was a bit too humid. So I slept in my car. It's doable, but I didn't sleep that great. Let's take a walk. All right, well, I guess at 5:30 in the morning you get the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is what a 53-year-old dude looks like on high definition GoPro video. It's not pretty, but this is pretty. And now that I look at it, I made the right decision of not camping on the beach. Because had I camped on the beach, I would have woken up very, very wet. It's a little bit chilly in the air, and there are absolutely no people. Just birds. Very peaceful. And so those signs say no camping, no cooking, and no fireworks. But obviously people don't really give a shit, especially since they sell fireworks at the convenience stores here. And people were kind of firing off fireworks throughout the evening. I didn't sleep bad. Not good though. So I need to tweak a few things if I'm going to be sleeping in my car. Last night was the first night that I ever slept in my car. So it's a learning curve. But anyways, let's get the day started. That water was actually pretty warm. A warm shower in the morning. Who would have expected that? Probably warmed up from the sun and non-use from yesterday. Looks like it's going to be a nice morning. Fairly blue skies. So let's figure this out. Get on the road. Explore a bit more of South Korea. Which is a bit of cream. and butter and coffee. Get a bit of fats in the body with your bevy, and it's a nice way to start the day. I'm not quite that active to go jogging. I think I'll just enjoy a coffee. Look at that creamy goodness. I think it's easier just to make the old scrambled. And there is a breakfast of champions. Let's eat. As I said yesterday when I made breakfast, this is pork belly. It's called samgyeopsal in South Korea. It's basically pork belly, and for my money, it's much better than the bacon that you buy, the very thin stripped. It's fatty, salty, one ingredient, no sugar. And a thick slice. Don't get me wrong, I like both. I like the other bacon as well, but if you want to reduce your sugar, this is the one that you need to go for. Yummy. All right, so I am heading to Imjinggak Tongil Jeon Mangdae. That is the Unification Observatory. So we'll see how long. It's 189 kilometers. Right now it is 7:23 in the morning. I've got 3/4 of a tank of gas. It's bright and I'm not wearing sunglasses. What time did I say it was? It was almost 7:30. So it says I'm gonna arrive at around 10 a.m. That's not a bad time. So 7, 8, 9, 2.5 hour drive. That's not bad. Again, as I said, Korea is only about the size of Indiana, so the only thing you have to worry about is traffic. I'm going to go to a Pyeongjam, which is a convenience store, get some fresh ice for my cooler and some more water to drink. and I'm ready to go. So let's hit the road. Taking a bit of a breather, but this is a toll gate heading into the west part of Seoul. That's about 30, 32, 34 lanes across, and that's just this is like not central Seoul. This is going around the outskirts of Seoul, but yeah, it's massive. But yeah, they've got, you know, clean restrooms, nice little place to chill out, shaded. Got a food trailer over here, but it's closed. I don't know what they serve, but I don't see a menu anywhere, so don't know. Anyways, on the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again. Well, didn't take very long to get into a traffic jam right once you get into Seoul. I haven't been to Seoul in a long time, and this is why. Too many people, and this is West Seoul. This is like country everywhere. 4 lanes, totally packed for the last 20 minutes. Got some sunflower seeds, some good water, and listening to some good podcasts, so it's all good, but hopefully this doesn't take much longer and I can get back on the main road and get north. North to the future, baby. North. Getting close. If you notice the barbed wire along the sea, I guess it's the sea, it might be a river over there, kind of a lake, sea, water area. But yeah, we're getting off the exit here shortly, and barbed wire aplenty. All right, just arrived at the observatory here. Got the South Korean flag flying high. Take a walk over there, but here in the parking lot, let's take a look over here and see what this is. It looks like a big drum. Korean War Battlefield Information Board. Mount Odu Unification Observatory, where the initial battles of the Korean War 1950, June 26th, 27th, in the vicinity of Munsan, and the Chinese Communist Army's 5th major offensive took place. It's also the scene for many unrecorded battles the Korean Army fought against the enemy in order to preserve the liberal democratic system. Since 2009, the Korean Army, ROKA, has recovered the remains of 300 fallen heroic souls and 5,000 pieces of relic in the vicinity of Paju and Munsan areas. Information board of the Korean War battlefield. And up here, temporarily closed, is a big drum. Tongil Giwon Buk. Something that many of you might not know, my father was actually in the Korean War. For 1 year he was drafted, and he came over as he carried a water-cooled machine gun for the first 2 or 3 months of his service. But then he met a guy that before my father got married, he was in the seminary. And he was going to be a priest, but he couldn't pass the Latin. Back then they used Latin in the Mass, and my dad just couldn't hack the Latin. The Nominus de Padre Sanctus, I can't remember. He used to do the sign of the cross in Latin before we ate. But so he didn't become a priest, and he went on to have 9 children, me being the 9th. But he was drafted into the Korean War, and he got a Bronze Star, and I have that at home. I brought it with me after he passed. I took possession of it. So let's get a ticket, I guess, here, and we'll go in and see what we can record. Alright, so this is free actually, and that's very nice. Odu-san Tongil Jeonmangdae. Odu Mountain Unification Tongil Jeonmangdae is a tower. Alright, so here is a map, North Korean terrain map. North Korean guard post is number 1. 2 is a threshing floor. 3, Kim Il-sung Memorial Hall. 4 is a public cultural hall. 5 is an elementary school. 6 is the Duksu Reservoir. Over here, Yeonni-san, Yeonni Mountain, Gunjang-san, number 8 over here, and then Songak-san is number 9, and that is what is, and then we have the West Sea, the Han River, and Imjin River. So this is the Imjin River. That goes out to the West Sea, and this is the Han River, which is the river that flows through Seoul. The mountains are over here. There's number 8, number 9, and these buildings right over here are the elementary school and the memorial. So that would be North Korea that we're looking at. And then down below, you can see on the south side is the military post, and the barbed wire that runs all the way along here. And over here, that's the highway that I drove up on. That's a pretty wide confluence of water right here. And there's another deck that we can go up, so let's check it out. Well, I tried. There's not a lot to see. Can't really put the GoPro through the binoculars. But most of these buildings over there, some of them are new, some are quite old. Most don't even have a window, and I didn't see one person walking around. So all of these things on the north side that are very close to the South Korean border are generally just mock villages. And it's kind of just to show the visitors over on this side, look at our beautiful village. Everything's perfect over here. There's a section, I think, over by Panmunjom where they signed the armistice that has a fake village, and it has the world's largest or tallest flagpole with the Korean national flag on the top. I saw that when I first came to Korea over 20 years ago, and I'm sure it's still the exact same. But yeah, it's hot. It's a hot day, and I'm just looking through the binoculars now, and all of those buildings straight ahead are very gray. They look like they're in decent, well, some of them are pretty decent condition and some of them are pretty dilapidated. So we're gonna go up here. I think this is just a cafe. Not a whole heck of a lot to see here, honestly. So we're gonna go try and find that Freedom Bridge next. Here's a video camera, kind of shows all of these buildings here. This is the memorial. Not very clear. Kim Il-sung, I think, who's the grandfather. And then you have Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un. So a lot of Kims ruling North Korea. Alright. Other than it being very nice and air conditioned in here, I think I'm going to get back in my car and try and go find that bridge. So let's go check it out. Well, that was a mistake. I went to a place that I am not supposed to go, so I need to stop and check out where that confounded bridge is. So we'll see what happens next. Alright, change of plans. I don't think we can go to that bridge, so I'm gonna start heading east to the East Sea and to a place called the Gosung Tungil Junmang Tower. That's the Gosung Unification Observatory. That is north of Sokcho. Sokcho is a lovely little town on the east coast, so that's what I'm gonna do. So it's about 270 kilometers from here, 280. It's 12:30 now, and we're supposed to arrive around 4:30, so another 4 hours drive. At least that way I'll be on the East Coast, so let's do it. Bukhan Mountain. Bukhan is a pretty famous mountain. Buk means north, Han, Korea, San is mountain. It's north, well, it's not North Korea, but it's the one of the largest mountains in the northern part of South Korea, and it basically is a landmark in Seoul. You can see Bukhan from a lot of different locations in Seoul. It's at the northern part of the city, and so we're north of Bukhan, and now we're heading east towards the observatory, which is north of Sokcho. Sorak Mountain is a very famous mountain here in South Korea. Jagged mountain ridge on the very top peaks there, beautiful. I hiked these mountains many years ago, but I'm looking more for the beach and North Korea on this trip. So we're gonna find a place in Sokcho to crash tonight, grab a bite, do some barbecue again, on the cheap, shoestring traveling this trip, and then tomorrow we'll head up north and go to another observation tower on the northeast section of South Korea, peer over the border and into North Korea, and then head down to Yangyang and try and hopefully catch a few waves down there tomorrow. So getting close to the beach. I can smell it already in the air. A long day of driving, well over 7 hours, but I made it to Sokcho here, so we'll check this out. I'm not going to stay here, but check out the beach anyways. A lot of people here. People down there. No people this way. I think I'm gonna go this way. Of course, there are no waves. But I gotta get grounded. Oh yeah. Again, the water's actually pretty clear over here on the east side. So that's Sokcho down this way. And then down that way is Yangyang. So tomorrow we'll head back north, up towards the North Korean border, and then do a U-ey and go down to Yangyang. Guess this is kind of a swimming area right over here. Got a few tents, but I doubt they'll be sleeping here. People flying out there. Definitely not my style. I'm gonna, head north along the coast. See if I can't find a place that I can park and chill out by the sea with a bit more solitude. Let's go. Well, I broke down and paid some money for a camping spot. It's not easy finding solitude in Korea, I tell you. But this isn't a bad view. This is the East Coast, so the sun will be rising right over there tomorrow morning. And I'll be getting up bright and early. So, it is what it is. I'm on the edge of the camping spot. And at least in a tent I can stretch out, so. And once the sun goes down, it's not too bad today, so. I'm gonna set up the tent and then cook a nice meal and not worry about anything. There's comfort in that, no worry. Especially since I'm closer to North Korea. Safety in numbers, right? Well, there you go, home sweet home. Time for some grub. Salt, liberal, tongs. I'm prepared tonight. It's not too shabby. We'll see if that goes on there. Make a little hot water for a coffee after. Dinner by the sea. Not bad. Bon appetit. Salt makes a huge difference. Amazing. But I think there's still time to take a quick plunge after dinner. Cool off a little bit. $30. I think it's well worth it. Chill out. They say that you can stay here until 2 o'clock the next day, but I'll probably be up and out of here by about 7 or 8. The observatory opens, I think, at 9. So take a nice slow drive up north and see North Korea again. And then down to Yangyang and hopefully find some surf for you. A little coffee, post-meal dip. Not a proper swim, but just to cool off. And then I'll probably turn in early, so it's a pretty good day. Can't complain. It's a beautiful sky. No rain, that's good. Nice and clear. And I think it's time for a quick dip. Good day. Good farmer's tan. But if anybody's ever thinking about coming to South Korea, I recommend you do so. Come over for a year. You can teach some English, or I don't know, come over for a month just to tour around the country. It's a beautiful country, very mountainous, a lot of rivers, some lakes, but a hell of a lot of mountains and a hell of a lot of tunnels. A nice east, west, and south sea. And obviously, as I showed you this morning, and I'll show you tomorrow morning, you can only go as far as the DMZ, and then they'll turn you around at gunpoint. So basically, it's like living on an island here. When I was a kid, I always wanted to live on an island. Now that I say 왜요? 수영 못해요? 왜요? 규칙 있어요?
네?
규칙?
규칙.
여기만
여기는 괜찮은데 여기는 들어가면 안 돼요.
50대
어렸을 때부터 수영할 수 있어요.
아예 안 돼, 안 돼.
여기에서 물 여기 있어.
안 돼, 안 돼. 한 명이 가면, 한 명이 들어가면 다 들어가요.
여기에서 북한 규칙이에요? 진짜?
6시.
자유로운 나라 아니에요?
6시까지.
처음 들었어요.
아, 여기는
어젯밤에 말리포 있었어요.
말리포?
서해.
서해. 서해랑은 달라요.
Well, there you go. I was just telling you the good part of Korea, and then you have some dumb fuck come and tell you that you can't go into the water after 6 o'clock, whatever time it is. That's bullshit. I'm 50 fucking years old, and the water came up to my knees. He basically said if one person goes in, everybody goes in. Yeah, let everybody fucking go in. I used to goddamn surf at night. Anyways, I was about done. Total bullshit. Actually, I'm going to show you this. So this is why you save your water. This is why you save your bagged water. You're going to poke a hole in it. It's nice and cold, and this is going to be a nice, cool shower. Clean water. Clean off your skin of the salt water. And sleep well. That's a wrap, folks. Night night.